And I will continue with my sharing today. All right. Okay, can I proceed, Mr. Wahyu?
Yes.
Yes. Huh?
Mister, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, huh? Okay, thank you very much again for our students, those join me today. Oh, where's my eyes? All right. Okay. Today we continue with another chapter. Okay. So, okay, how are you? I hope everybody enjoy. Okay. Study in UNY. Okay, so my topic today is still about the logistic. As I mentioned to you in the previous class, logistic is activity. Okay, about the we call it how the supplier or the company want to deliver the product. Yang mana? Okay, how they want to deliver the product to the customer. In the previous class, we talked about very basic. We have a very simple way between one company directly to the customer. And also we have another channel from the company. We use intermediaries, then only arrive to the customer. Okay. So I share the screen. Wait, I check the notes. Where's my note? How are you, Hasanah? Is it okay? Hasanah, how are you? Wow, everybody smile today.
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
Oh, fine. Okay. How about Hapsari, Putri Disa, Putri Hapsari? Okay. Hapsari, okay, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just talking before we start the class. Now I'm searching for my note. Okay, before that we start talking and know everybody. And also, Lukman, how are you, Lukman?
Good, Mister. Good.
Good,
Fine.
very good. Huh? So you ate. Have you taken your what? Your lunch? Already, yeah? Already taken your lunch?
Yes, Mister. Already.
Oh, good. How is the weather there in Yogyakarta? How is the weather there?
Here is cloudy, Mister.
Oh, cloudy, yeah, same to Kuala Lumpur. Okay, same to, because sometimes we have a rainy also here. Okay. All right. So still sharing. I'm looking for my notes. Wait. Now. Just click make the screen wider. How are you, Isha? Isha Nur Afifah? Isha, okay? Share screen.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, today I continue with this integrated logistic system. Okay, this is still about logistic and how we are going to integrate. Going to integrate this. We have a system, okay, delivery system, and try to make it more efficient. So why we have to integrate? Because we want to make our delivery service more efficient. Okay, so the integration can be the integration of the system. Remember about the tracking system? You know, everybody know about the tracking system when you order the product or anything from the supplier, let's say Lazada, okay? Then you can see how Lazada, how the customer can track the product. Okay, so we know where's the product, the status of the delivery of product. Okay, so what is the meaning of integrated logistics? Okay, can you see? Everybody can see my notes. First, we have to define the meaning of integration. Integration logistics. Okay, so integrated logistics is that explaining or the features of integration of each step. Remember, we have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. For example, in step 1, maybe the product moved from the factory to the storage, or from the factory go to the warehouse. That's step 1. Then from warehouse go to the port. After then the product from the port, they ship the product to the customer. There are many checkpoints. There are many steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So this step are representing the integrated. How the step 1 going to integrate to step 2? How step 2 integrate to the step 3? So that is the meaning of integration. Okay. So it also means the interconnection within department. Or, for example, we have internal department from manufacturing plant to the storage, to the store, to the storage. From the storage, go to the incoming. Let's say from the material. We have the material from the incoming station, they come to the plant. This also is explaining the movement. Okay. So when we integrate the integrated system, mean there is a connection between department A and department B, or between location A and location B. So when we have I call it the connection, so we have to standardize all the data, all the system, and so we call it integrated logistics system. We call it integrated logistics system. Okay. Why we have to integrate this department? Why we have to integrate this location? Why? Because we want to reduce the cost. We want to reduce the cost. Okay. At the same time, we want to maintain the quality. We want to maintain the quality. Okay. Cost reduction and maintaining the quality, because every department or every location will integrate each other, and they always looking for the betterment of the delivery, for the betterment of the system, for the term of quality, okay, and in term of the time, okay, we try to monitor the movement of the product. Okay, let's say the movement from station A to station B take 2 hours. From station A to station B take 2 hours. So of course, there is a system to integrate the movement between station A and station B. So then there is a system that monitor. The system will monitor the movement. The system will monitor the movement. Then when the customer call about the delivery of the product, so it is easy for this officer in charge to answer. Where is what is the product? Where is the product actually? Okay. So based on this, so we call it integrated system. And also we can save the cost. We can save the cost when we control the movement, control the delivery. So we can cut the cost. There is no delay. There is no delay of the delivery. So if the delivery is delay the delivery process, of course it will affect the cost. Maybe the product we have to keep temporarily in the warehouse. So let's say if we keep the product in the warehouse, we have to pay the warehouse department, or sometimes the warehouse is owned by other company. This warehouse will charge us. So we will spend more for this delivery. So that's why we have to integrate the system. We call it integrated logistics. Next. The Council of Logistic Management. Okay, there is a council. There is a monitoring about the logistic. Okay. Logistic is the process of planning, implementation, and controlling the efficient and effective flow. We try to control to make sure the flow is very effective. The flow is very efficient. Okay. And also not only the delivery, the flow, but also the storage of the raw material, or the storage of semi-finished and the finished product and related information from the point of origin to the point of consumption, in order to meet the needs of customer. So whatever process, whatever control, and how integrated the process, all because of the need of customer. They want to fulfill the customer, because the customer satisfaction is important. Customer satisfaction is important. That's why they introduced the integrated system. Okay, what happened in this integrated system? There is a element of controlling. There is element of cost reduction. There is element of time management. So when we have this integrated system, we can control the time, and also we can control the quality, and also we can control the customer. We want to make sure the customer satisfied with the delivery. Okay. What is the architecture of integrated logistics? So integrated logistics actually is on the hand, provides for the correct management of warehouse. Make sure we really manage the warehouse in a better way. We manage the transportation in a good way. And also the management of material in the good situation. So that is the meaning of integrated logistics. You want not only want to monitor the warehouse operation, not only you want to monitor the transport operation, but also you want to manage the material to make sure that material is in a good condition. They say we have some storage, we have a cool room. Some storage we have a special characteristic in order to maintain the quality of material. So that is the purpose of integrated logistics. You want to maintain the quality, you want to control the warehouse, also want to monitor the transportation. Okay, so all this is the process of business, we call it business process. So integrated logistics will control and monitor the business process. Okay, control and monitor business process. We have production function. Production, what is the role of production? They do the planning. Okay, they make use of the material. Okay, also they have a storage in this production. We have to plan the storage because we want to produce something. We must have a material. When we have material supply, so we need a storage to keep our material. We need material. So that's the architecture of integrated logistics. Can be about the warehouse, about the warehouse system, transportation system, about the material management. Material management. Okay. And there is an element of function of production that everybody must understand. Okay. All right. So we also must understand and aware about the supply function. Okay. How you are going, there's a reorder point. When you are going to order the material. Okay. The date and how many the quantity of our material. We call it the reorder point. Reorder point. So this is supply function. And also we have also the function, we call it the marketing function. We have a marketing function. We want to make sure we have enough manpower to design the packaging, to do for the packaging, okay, and also to do for the campaign and promotion. So this is a marketing function. So all these three functions All these three functions related to the architecture of integrated logistics. Okay, the logistics as a whole, we're going to do what? We're going to monitor. Monitor what? Monitor the warehouse, monitor the transportation, monitor the material. Okay, then when we monitor all this, we can implement this integrated logistics will support. This integrated logistics will support the production function. This integrated logistics will support the supply function. This integrated logistics will support the marketing function. Okay, so all this will support by the integrated logistics. All right, management and measurement in integrated logistics. So what is the management and the measurement? Okay. In this sense, the work of logistic professional, particularly is in an integrated logistics system, never stop. So this system integrated is ongoing. This integrated logistics is ongoing. Okay. And also, what are the criteria observed by this system? First, the volume. You always measure the value. Okay, account the number of indicators. So there is the operator in this integrated logistics system, or the technician in this system will observe what? Will observe the volume. Okay, observe the effectiveness. Also, they will observe the efficiency. So this is the three pillars of the success of the integrated logistics system. So maybe without the system, without the integrated logistics, maybe in our delivery, maybe it will involve the small volume of material. But now you want to increase the volume of material in the numbers of orders. Okay, so volume. Then effectiveness. You want to make sure the delivery process comes with the and with the quality delivery. And with the quality delivery, the quality process of delivery. All follow the step from A to B, B to C, C to D. Then and at the end, the product arrives to the customer premise with the quality. So that's why we need to observe. Because in this integrated logistics, the technician or the operator or the manager must make sure we deliver the good volume of the material, good volume of the product, okay, the right time, effectively, with efficiency. Okay, efficiency, how to measure? We measure the cost. Okay, the cost and that we have to pay based on the smooth of the delivery. Okay, if we take 3 times, of course, no good. If we can supply the product in the most fastest way, the one is the better. If you want to deliver the product from Malaysia to Indonesia. Okay. In general, the standard time is 2 days. But if we can cut the time, maybe you can submit it in 1 day, that is a good, high efficient. But if we deliver in 4 days, of course, no efficient. Because the standard measurement is maybe 2 days. But if we send faster, they are good. We achieve the good efficiency. But if we only deliver, take 5 days, of course, not very efficient. Because it takes longer time. Okay, we have the standard. Okay, this is also sometimes we call it the automation system. You know, when you take the office subject, you know the office automation. So the automation is about the system. Okay, so this system will control and control the delivery process. Okay, then better usage of the logistics system could be the consequence which will result in fewer warehouse. The best thing when we use integrated logistics, if we can cut the number of warehouse, that one is the better. If we use the system, but we still need a higher number of warehouse, that one is not good. We try to reduce the number of stations where the product we're going to stop. We try to make sure the product can go direct to the customer without interruption or without taking a longer time. That's why a minimum number of warehouse is the best. We try to reduce the number of warehouse in this structure. And also we try to cut the handling cost. We try to cut the handling cost. If the handling cost is very high, this also will affect our efficiency. Okay, efficiency means we try to monitor the cost. If the higher cost, that means the cost can come from handling, from delivering. So that's why you must have a system. Why we try to avoid the higher costs. Okay, in handling, in keeping, in warehousing. That's why just now we have a note saying that if we can reduce the number of warehouse, then we can our delivery are smooth and we can cut the cost. We can at the same time we can increase our efficiency. We can increase our efficiency. Logistic system is a network of organization, okay, and people, activities. When we talk about system, there is a people, there is organization, there is activities, and there is information and resources involved in the physical flow. Okay, it seems like a tracking system. We are going to track about the product. Let's say you buy the product from Japan, then you can monitor where is your product after 2 days, after 3 days, after 4 days. So you can monitor. That's why logistic system is about activities. Logistic system is about activities. And logistic system also about the people. Why about the people? Because the people will deliver the physical product. Okay. So LS also involve information. Because when you gather, when you call the Lazada, they will explain to you your product delivery status. So there is a element of information. Okay. Resources involved in the physical flow of product from supplier to customer. So LS may consist of 3 main network. Okay, 1 procurement, 2 production, and 3 distribution. Can be procurement, okay, can be production, can be distribution. This is the 3 main network, okay, of the system. Okay, what meaning of procurement? Procurement means the acquisition of raw material and part from suppliers and their transportation to the manufacturing plants. Procurement. Acquisition of raw material and part from suppliers. So procurement means the change of ownership. The chain of ownership. It's like the chain of ownership. That means the right of the person to in charge temporary ownership of the material, temporary ownership of the part. Okay, the process of acquisition. Okay. Next, production. Production is mean the process of transforming. It's very simple. Transforming the material to the product. Transforming the material to the product. Okay. Or distribution. Distribution means the transportation can be the transportation of finished product or can be the transportation of halfway product from plants to a network. What is the meaning of network? Maybe from the plant to the warehouse, from the warehouse to the merchandiser, from merchandiser to the retailer. So that is the movement. Who do this? Who transport this one? Transportation company. Okay. All right. 3 main network in logistic system. Okay. Now we go to the scope of supply chain. This scope of supply chain. Okay. So far, any question regarding to the logistic system? Yeah, Putri. You understand about the meaning of logistic system? Is it okay? Yeah, Disa Putri. Is it clear?
Maybe yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Just now I talked about logistic system. Okay. The main idea of logistic system is try to monitor the movement and the delivery process. All right. How about you, Ramadhani? Is it okay? Is it clear? Anissa Hasanah? Okay.
So far,
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr.
It is very basic about the system. And okay, now we move to the scope of supply chain. All right, I repeat again. Okay, go to the first line. Okay, first we understand that the integrated logistics system. So the meaning, if we are trying to monitor the connection between the station. We try to monitor the connection between the station. Why? Because you want to make sure. So the station, it can be about the production station, about the marketing station. So this is how we monitor. We integrate. Okay, the term is integrate. We say we integrate between production to marketing. We integrate between marketing and packaging, or we integrate between plan A to plan B. So there is element of integration. Okay. Why you have to integrate? Because you want to optimize the production cost and time. Okay, you want to make sure that you can use, you can manage to produce a product in the time given. Let's say 3 days, 3 days. 1 hour, 1 hour. 3 hours, 3 hours. So you want to monitor the process. Okay, can be the process of manufacturing, can be the process of production, can be the process of marketing. Okay, why? You want to improve the quality. All right. So sometimes we call this unit as a council of logistic management. Sometimes we call it the council of logistic management. Okay. All right, then why? Because you want to make sure we are running very good production function, we are running very good supply function, good in marketing function. That's why you need to have the integrated logistics system. Okay. Okay, now there is a basic about the integrated logistics system. Okay. Now we move to scope of supply chain. Okay, now we move to supply chain management. Okay, remember in the first class I talked about the scenario in supply chain management. So what's the scenario then? What is the situation then? Actually, what is the supply chain about? Okay, what is the supply chain about? You know. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, supply chain. Okay, supply chain. What is about supply chain? First, I would like to explain a little bit about supply chain. So actually, supply chain is about we have discussed this in the first class. The supply chain is what the chain of supply. The chain of supply. Okay, supply chain. So management means we manage all the chain. We manage the linkaging between station between 1, 2, 3 chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. We want to manage all this. Okay. So actually, the scope of supply chain, we monitor and control the activities from supplier to customer, customer. Okay, supplier, customers. I mean, we try to control all the activities. We control all the activities. Okay. You see this the figure. Okay, about the scope of supply chain. You see the lorry, the truck is there. Okay, and then you can see also the the warehouse. You can see there's a warehouse, there's a truck. Okay, there's a cargo, and there is a ship. Okay, so there is the scope of supply chain. So this supply chain is not only, it also represent the integration also. It also represent the integration of the system. Okay, transportation, manufacturing, warehouse. So all this is also under integration. Okay. So this is the meaning of the scope of supply chain. Okay. Can be from the manufacturing. It can be from the harvesting. You see how the first diagram show how the truck and the tractor, okay, harvest the material from the ladang, okay, from this farm, from the farm. They harvest the product, let's say the paddy or what. They harvest from the plantation, from the farm. Then they bring it to the factory, and then they process it, go to the plant, okay. Then there's a process, and they are going to pack. After packaging, they are going to deliver, going to supply to the customer. So all this is very long, I call it long link of linkages of supply chain management. Okay. So what is the function of supply chain? Okay, supply chain deal with the inventory management. Supply chain deal with the inventory management. Supply chain also deal with the distribution management. Okay, and supply chain also deal with the sales cost. Okay, supply chain also deal with the channel management. Intermediaries. Supply chain also deal with the payment management. Okay, payment management, and deal with the financial management, and also last deal with the supplier management. Okay, so supplier management means how we are going to maintain the good relationship with the supplier. Okay, inventory, we are going to maintain the numbers of stock in the storeroom, because we don't want to let our inventory figure is higher. If we have inventory figure is higher, that means affect the quality of the product. We cannot at one time we cannot keep so many product, so too many quantity of the product, because it will affect our cash flow. Okay. Management of supply chain is equivalent to the management of function. Management of supply chain equivalent to the management of various functions. So what is the function? Okay, management of supply chain means management of the production. Management of supply chain means management of a warehouse. Management of supply chain means management of marketing. Management of supply chain means management of manpower. Management of supply chain means management of transportation. Management of supply chain means management of delivery, okay, marketing, supplier, customer. All this is covered under management of supply chain, because we have a network. We have a network between the manufacturer to the customer. Not only between manufacturer and customer, sometimes we have to deal with a legal office. We have to deal with a legal. We have to deal with the government. Okay, so that one also considered as part of the management of supply chain. Okay. So what are the activities carried out in the continuous supply chain environment? We have to do our forecasting. We have to do our forecasting. We have to do our production planning. We have to do our procuring of raw material, transfer of ownership. Okay. Managing inventory. We have to also activities of converting the input to output, in the process of transformation. Okay, transform the material to the output, in the process of distribution of finished product to the retailer. So all this considered as the function of management of supply chain. Okay. So what is the chain in supply chain? So we have first is about the plan and design. Okay, make or buy. Okay, supplier, product architecture, we want to apply, let's say want to have material. With the material, maybe from the original one, we have to buy. Maybe you come to the station 2, we have to make it. In some material, we make it ourselves. Some material, we buy it from other suppliers. Okay, so all this, we call it the product architecture. Okay, now we talk about source. Source, where the product come from, where the material come from. Okay, maybe from the strategic partnership. Okay, we have a partners in Malaysia. So you can get the product from Malaysia as the partners. Or you can get the product from supplier. You choose the supplier, the best supplier. Okay, we get the product from the supplier. Or from the contract. Sometimes we have a contract for 2 years, 3 years. So we only can get, the supplier must supply to us for 2 years time. The supplier must supply to us for 3 years. The supplier must supply the product until 5 years duration of time. So there is the source of the chain development. Okay. So the product move from supplier to produce, from produce to the distribution, and from distribution to the sale. So that's the way of the flow of the supply chain. Okay. So what the activities is what the function. Okay, we have cross-functional approach. We have transformation process activities. We have core and non-core competencies. Okay. We have outsourcing. Sometimes we outsource the product. Sometimes we outsource the skill. Let's say you want to need 10 workers, skilled workers. Sometimes we can outsource. We can borrow this stuff from other partners. So we call it outsourcing. Outsource the skill of workers. Okay, the purpose of supply chain management is to improve trust and collaboration among supply chain partners, thus improving inventory visibility and improving inventory velocity. Okay, that's the general function of supply chain management. Supply chain management also cross-functional because we have what? We have marketing, we have production. So that's why we call it cross-function. Okay, we have warehouse, we have storage, we have packaging. So that's why we call it supply chain is about the cross-functional because it involves many functions. It involves many functions. Okay, not only the movement. Okay. Can be the movement raw material into the organization, can be the movement of finished good, okay, of the organization towards the end consumer. As a corporation strive to focus on core competencies and become more flexible, so they have to reduce the ownership of raw material, the channel. So these functions are increasing by outsource the corporation. So remember, we have 2 ways. Use our own skill inside internal office, internal organization, or we can outsource. It depends on the numbers of our staff. Okay. We can also cross-function can be, you can get the manpower from marketing to support the manpower in production. You can get the manpower from production to support the manpower in warehouse. You can get the support from the staff from the warehouse to support our work in the storehouse. So in our marketing. So there is a cross-function approach in the movement of the material. Cross-function. Why we have to cross-function? Why we have to practice this? Because you want to cut the cost. You want to cut the cost. You want to cut the operation cost. Okay, this is the diagram show how SCOR can work. Okay. You see 4 categories of supply chain operators. We have the main activities is deliver. Okay, and then we have many departments. We have department for manufacturing, we have department for source. This is example of one of the example. Yes, remember I talked about outbound and inbound. Remember? Anybody remember about the outbound and inbound? Okay, inbound is about the process which companies acquire raw material, part, component, product, and service from various suppliers in order to carry out their operation. Inbound. Okay, so it involves the procurement, inbound logistic, transportation, receipt, taking into stock and storing. All this is about the inbound. Okay, the company acquire a raw material or part, okay, from various suppliers, Okay, all right. Scope includes supplier selection, supplier contract, product design collaboration, procurement and performance evaluation of supply. So this is about the inbound supply management. Inbound, remember. And also we have inward supply management. Inward supply chain can contribute to the profit in following ways. There's a combination of get economic of scale, reduction of purchase cost by efficient transaction, better forecasting and planning, reduction of inventories, and distribution of risk by better coordination. Okay, so we go back to the, remember inbound and inward. Now we have one more here is inward supply management. Same, okay. Suppliers are assessed keeping mainly following criteria: replenishing lead time, delivery performance, support flexibility, quality, supply quality, delivery frequency, okay, how often they deliver the product, 1 week, every 2 weeks, or every day, or every hour. So there's the delivery frequency. Transportation costs, how much you going to use pay for the transportation cost. Normally, if we more longer the distance, okay, more higher the cost. Okay, design. Okay, can we design a product? How is the design? Okay, because the design the product can affect our size of warehouse, size of packaging, and also affect the pricing. So all this is considered a very important in inward supply management. Address issues that arise between buyer and supplier. Buyer and supplier may agree on the pricing. We talk about supplying the product. Okay, first the key activities success is about the pricing, mean the agreement. Okay, buyer and supplier and buyer must agree. Agree on what? Agree on value. Agree on the price. Okay, and the quantities. What is the minimum? They say customer want to make order. Okay, what is the minimum? Numbers of the order. Okay, maybe if they cannot comply to with the minimum numbers, of course they cannot buy the product. They cannot process the product, the order. Okay. Let's say in hotel management. Okay, they're going to run, they're going to give a service for minimum numbers. Let's say for the dinner maybe 80%. Okay, so they cannot manage if the numbers of customer below 80% because they cannot making a profit. This is what we have to agree between buyer and supplier. Also the delivery of numbers of delivery. Let's say we use 6 tires lorry or we use 4 tires lorry. Okay, of course 4 tires lorry is smaller than 6 tires lorry. Okay, so of course you have to set up what is the minimum and what is the maximum. So you want to deliver the product, you use 6 tires lorry. Of course, it's more costly. So we have to deliver more product if we use 6 tires lorry or container. I'm going to use container, the big lorries. Of course, we can deliver a big numbers of product one time. Okay, what is if the numbers order is small? We only can use a small lorries to deliver. Okay. And what is the policy about the product return? If any rejection of the product, okay, any damage of the product, okay, what is the policy? Okay, and also the revenue sharing, okay, between inward supply management in the contract. There is a contract about the revenue sharing. Okay. All right. All right, same about inward supply management. So bottleneck item, okay, strategic item, non-critical item, and leverage item. Okay, supply, there are high risks if we use a bottleneck item, and low risk if we use non-critical item. There is a high in profit if we use strategic item. There is low profit if we use bottleneck item. Okay, it's high profit if we use leverage item, and low profit if we use non-critical item. That's the situation. Okay, in designing the product, sometimes we have to collaborate. Okay, we have to do collaboration. Okay, so what is the collaboration? We're going to collaborate. Okay, going to collaboration between manufacturer and supplier. If we can collaborate in this design the product, of course we can reduce the cost. We can reduce the cost. Okay, and collaboration help in developing a varieties, order size, packaging, customization, and design for logistic attempt to reduce transportation, handling inventory and stock time. That's why in there is element of collaboration between manufacturer and suppliers. How collaboration in terms of what? In terms of product design. All the ideas from manufacturer shared with the suppliers, or all ideas from suppliers shared with the manufacturer. The manufacturer can design a very special and good size of product and very profitable by the collaboration, because suppliers are more expert. Suppliers are more expert. Sometimes we pack the product based on the bundle, based on the how many bundle, how they supply the product in the bundle or in the form of small component. So if they supply the product in the form of small component, of course the manufacturer can design the product based on the size of the size design for the material. Okay, we come with the very bigger size in container. Of course, the size is very difficult for the manufacturer to design it in a small form of product, because it depends on the packaging by supplier. Okay, so there's sometimes we're going to have a collaboration between supplier and manufacturer. Okay, so if the size is small, of course it's easy for us to consider transportation. Okay, we are going to use a ship, we are going to use a lorry, we are going to use air, depend on the size also, okay, based on the design also. All right. Now we move to the outbound supply management. Outbound supply management include that product to produce, okay, the allocation of supplier, logistic plant to distribution warehouse of customer. All these have impact on revenue. Okay, if we use a bundle of delivery used by ship, of course our cost is very low compared to use transportation, land transportation, with a small numbers of delivery. You have to move many times. Of course, this one is very costly. Okay, and operation include production scheduling. Okay, this is outbound is more on the scheduling. Machine work, workload, everything. Okay, capacity and facilities are presumed to be available. Okay, outbound is more about how we are going to supply and deliver the product to the outside of the organization. So inbound is more on what? How we are going to move the product inside organization. Okay, more on the process. But outbound is more on the process of delivery the product outside of organization. Now, in terms of processing the product inside our organization, we have a material handling. How to handle the material? Because the material is sometimes in the many form of material. Okay, we have many forms. We have a big one, we have a small one, we have a liquid material. So you have to understand also the material handling process. Okay, the material handling in supply chain. So it includes the movement of part handling and storage during a full supply chain. So it can including the unloading goods, loading into the transportation, internal movement for the storing. Okay, how you're going to move the liquidity from the incoming material to the warehouse. We have a method. So all this about material handling. So movement from store to place of use, movement between a work situation, movement to and from finished stores, and movement to and from dispatch department, and loading on to external transportation. All this considered as material handling. Okay. So why the decision phases in supply chain? First is strategic decision, 2 is tactical or planning decision, and 3 is operational decision. Okay, strategic means strategic network optimization. We try to optimize the network. Okay. Number 2 is strategic partnership. We try to come up with very good partnership. Partners in what? Maybe partners in supply. Among the suppliers, we must find a good partner because when we have a good partner, okay, the best partner, they were loyal to us. We have to loyal to them. Then we can, maybe one time you can get a cheaper price for the product, cheaper price. So do we have the agreement, we have a mutual agreement. So in case of a shortage of material, so based on this agreement, okay, they are going to loyal with us and they always maintain the supply to us. Okay, so we can have a strategic partnership with a supplier, with a distributor, and also with the customer. I mean, the customer engage with us and they're not sharing the supplier. So we have very good customer engagement. Call it strategic partnership. Strategic in channel communication, critical information, sharing the information, sharing the price, sharing the value. Also the operational improvement, such as cross-docking, direct shipping, or third-party logistics. Sometimes the logistic company can allow us to use the logistic premise maybe more than 1 day, 3 days. This is based on negotiation. That's why you must have a strategic partnership. Okay, long-term strategy also sometimes we have a strategy not only for a shorter term, maybe for a long term. So that means in this case, we never change our supplier or we never change our customer because of the strategic connection, because of the strategic network and strategic partnership. Okay, product design coordination. Sometimes we also can have a very good negotiation in the product design. Sometimes supplier can deal with us and give any suggestion to us in order to come up with very good product design. Okay, so we can optimally integrate it into the supply chain and load management. IT infrastructure is very good also networking, supply the chain operation, where to make prioritization and aligning all the organizational strategy with a supply strategy. Okay, this is about the strategic partnership. Remember, the strategic partnership, you have a tactical planning, supply chain, and you have operational supply chain. So tactical supply chain. So what is this all about? Tactical supply chain is more on the tactical thing. Okay, source of contract, okay, production decision, contracting, location, scheduling, all this tactical and planning, planning process definition, inventory decision, transportation strategy, all this tactical one, which is more on the hands-on. Okay, strategic is more on the planning. Tactical is more on the operation. More on the or not yet, more on the planning. What transportation to choose? Okay. The time horizon. What time? What season to start the delivery? In Malaysia, we have a highway, okay, plus highway, and all the lorry, okay, involved in this transportation during allowed to go to the road only after 6 o'clock every day, after 6 o'clock, okay, because the daytime they are not allowed to to use the highway. So that is what I call, that's an example of tactical thing. Okay, transportation strategy, okay, the frequency of delivery, the routes of delivery, okay, any contract, okay. And also we talk about production, how is the design, okay, how is the scheduling, the location of scheduling, okay, the customer location, all this under tactical. And last one is about the operational, okay. Is it daily or weekly production? Is it each manufacturing facility in the supply chain, minute by minute? Okay, based on the planning or forecasting, coordination, okay. The source of planning, including current inventory and forecast, all they consider as operational design for the delivery process for the supply chain. Okay, we have strategic phases, and we have technical planning phases, and we have operational phases. Okay. There is a risk. There is a risk also in supply chain. Sometimes some risk we know, some risk is unknown. Some risk is controllable. Some risks are not controllable. These are we call it the barriers. The barriers in supply chain. We plan about the design, but sometimes we have problems with the design. Sometimes some country they're not allowed to us to do the design, to choose the design. This is considered as the risk. Okay, and also the quantity. We plan to deliver maybe 1,000 kilo, 1 ton, 2 ton, 3 ton every time. But sometimes there is a risk. Sometimes the shipment, or call it the transportation, cannot comply with our plan. So there's a risk. There's a risk. Okay, and some risk is controllable. Some risk can be controlled. And some risk we cannot control the risk. Sometimes it come with the policy. It come with the policy. Like we have palm oil, okay, from Malaysia and Indonesia. It is very difficult for us to sell this palm oil, cooking oil to US. We cannot go enter to the Europe market because what? Because of the policy of United States of government. So there is a policy. With this policy is considered as a risk, whereby we cannot deliver the palm oil, cooking oil from Malaysia and Indonesia to the US due to this regulation. Okay, there's a risk. It's about the risk. Risk in supply chain, natural disaster, okay, flood, political risk, epidemic, okay, terrorist attack, volatile fuel price, currency fluctuation. Today the value is 4 ringgit, 400 baht, from Malaysia to Thailand, for example. One day, 1 ringgit equal to 0.9 baht. Sometimes equal to 1.1 baht. So the changes, there's a fluctuation between US dollar and America and Malaysia also. Last time $1 US, 4 ringgit Malaysia. Maybe tomorrow $1 US, 4 ringgit, 5 ringgit Malaysia. So there's the risk, example of the risk. So if the customer making order for 100 unit, maybe we cannot supply for 100 unit because of the Malaysian dollar value is dropped. So there is the risk. So the customer only can get 90 pieces of the product rather than 100 due to the currency fluctuation. Okay. Market changes, port delays. We have delays in the port because the port is we have small numbers of port. Let's say in Malaysia we have Port Klang, we have Port Penang, we have port in Singapore. So if there is too many product want to export too many product, so we have a limit numbers of port. Of course, this one will affect this one will give a risk for our supply chain. This one will give a risk for supply chain. And so the forecasting, sometimes we make a forecasting without considering the R factors. So our forecasting is not very accurate. This one also the problem. Okay. And also we have the execution problem. Okay, we have a documentation, we have to deal with the custom department, we have the regulation, okay, and all this considered as the risk for supply chain. How to manage the risk? So we can invest this redundancy, we increase the velocity, okay, we try to sensing and responding, monitor all the issues, okay, going to create an adaptive supply chain community, okay. Try to avoid, try to come up with a speculative strategy and hedge strategy and flexible strategies. There are many strategies. Okay. All right. That is about the second session of my my lecture. Is more on the scope of financial management, scope of supply chain management. Okay, supply product. Okay, we have inbound, we have inward supply chain, and we have outbound supply chain. Okay, that's the very minimum and basic knowledge for. I hope you have a textbook, then you can understand more about this supply chain. Okay, so today is our scope today is on the chapter 2 and chapter 3. Okay, and I will cover some of the content of the chapters in the coming class. Okay, you have any question so far? Yes, class. Yeah, I want to listen from you. Anything? Any question? Zarfan? Yes. Anything you want to know? Ask.
Yes, I want to ask you something about the risk in supply chain. As you explained before, if in supply chain, there is a risk, which one is unknown things.
Yes, I know.
In corporate point of view, how they can minimize or managing this kind of risk?
Okay, normally we have call it in our business operation. Sometimes we have a department, so we call it the risk department. Okay, from this department, sometimes we can estimate. We can make the estimation, you know. So we can estimate, or we can do sometimes we call it in management we call it forecasting. Okay. So forecasting means we can based on the weather, you know, the weather of the world. Yeah. So in Europe we have 4 seasons. We have 4 seasons. Okay, season summer. Okay. So in this case, this season is very true. So this is sometimes unexpected also, but part of the unexpected risk, sometimes we can prepare a forecasting. So we can make like in the share or in the share or investment business. Okay, we can calculate the risk. So from the past, from the past. Daripada apa yang berlaku pada masa lampau, kita boleh membuat satu estimation, membuat satu forecasting. Is it will happen again or not? So based on this, there is call it in most company we have the unit, we call it intelligent unit. Intelligent unit will deal with this. So sometimes it not very difficult. Sometimes we can make assumption on what going to happen. Okay, thank you, Zarfan. Adila, yes. Any more?
Okay, thank you, Mr. from the answer.
Okay, welcome. Yes, I am Isna Nur Afia. I want to ask you, can supply chain how to get the full sentence? Okay, the question is read the question from the chat. Okay. I am Isna Nur Afifa, 2008, 111. I want to ask a question. Can supply chain management be applied in service companies? And what is the process? Okay. Of course. Okay, of course. Supply chain is not only for the production or product marketing company, but also in service. Okay, why? Because remember, we talk about supply chain. It is about the medium we are going to deliver a product, or the medium we are going to deliver our services. We need a medium. For example, Okay, in insurance industry, in insurance industry, okay. They say one of customer want to claim the money, from this insurance company. Okay, what the customer have to do? They have to go to the company and they have to fill the form. Okay, so when they go direct to the company, there is a relationship between a customer direct to the supplier. Supplier mean we assume the supplier is the company that where the customer buy the insurance policy. There is a delivery. When they want to pay based on the claim, so the movement of the money from the bank to the customer account is similar to the concept of delivery. Okay, when they pay the money to the customer account bank. And when the customer go to the premise, there is a deal. There is a deal direct from the customer to the service provider. But that is also something about supply chain, where the customer go direct to the insurance agent. Or maybe we use the agent. From the customer to insurance agent go to the insurance headquarters company. There is a movement. There is a movement of money. There is a movement of information. Okay, you see, the movement of information also is part of the delivery. The changes, the information also part of the data, part of the product. It is a services, explaining the message, the claiming. This is service. So of course, the service happen between the customer and the service provider. So when there is a relationship, there is a business, there is a transaction, there is a changing of information between these two parties. So it shows there is element of supply chain. It's not get my answer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. You are sitting on the sky? It's not. I can see
No, sir.
Oh, you can fly like a bird. Very good. In Jogja, you can fly. I want to go to Jogja to fly also one day. Thank you, Isna. There any more questions? Afif, yes, anything? Just ask, no problem. Before you take your nasi ambeng. Here in Malaysia, nasi ambeng is very cheap. 3 ringgit, you can eat nasi ambeng. Yes, Lukman. Where are you, Lukman? Yeah, any
Yes, sir.
question? Yes, any question, Lukman?
Not yet, Mr. It's clear.
Not yet. Not yet. How about Wahyu? Wahyu is your professor. How about Imani? Yes, Imani. Any question? Yes, any question? All of you is office student, office management student. Maybe very difficult for us to see. Not only the product, it's also the services. If you want to open what? A small office to collect to collect what? The postal services. Still consider as a supply chain. We have supply chain element. Okay. Or you want to what? You want to provide the housekeeping. Okay, housekeeping is a services. Okay. You go to the building and you mop the floor. Okay, mopping the floor. That one also services. Also involve supply chain. Yeah. Putri Hapsari, Hasana Ramadhani. Okay. Any question? Or anything you want to add? Or you want to need more further clarification? It's a blue cover today. Yeah, we have a blue cover. Kecudung. Anissa, Hasna, Disa Putri, any more? If you have any more, no more question, we meet again next week. Okay. Enjoy your class. Yeah, any more question? Yes. Yes. Yes, continue. Yes, anything else? How about the three what? The three just now talk about strategy. Is any question about that? We have strategy, we have tactical, and we have operational. Okay, all this still about the process of delivery. If you just bear in your mind, it is about delivery. It is about the delivery of product from the manufacturer to the customer, or delivering of product from the supplier to manufacturer. So it can be both. Both need the proper planning. Both delivery need a proper planning. Both delivery need what? I need a time monitoring. Both delivery need what? The quality. Okay. The concept is simple. You want to deliver a product. Okay. Let's say you involved in the online. Okay. Online what? Online marketing. Okay, let's say you have a food. You have a food to supply. So your mother is very good, know how to cook. So you want to supply a packing of food. They say, so what we call it, macaroni. You know macaroni? You want to supply macaroni to your customer. So you have a group of your local community. You have a group of Yogyakarta Selatan or Yogyakarta community. So you want to, your mother is good in cooking what? In cooking macaroni. Yes, yeah, macaroni with sauce. So supply chain means how you are going to deliver this macaroni. You want Tupperware of macaroni to the customer. Okay. So what you must have? You must have a system, order system. You create your order system, or you just blast your information to the community Yogyakarta. Barang siapa mau membeli makaroni, silakan membuat order. So you blast the message to the community in Yogyakarta. So after that you receive the order, then you can give your account number. Okay, the customer can pay through the account number. So after you check your account balance, there is a customer, okay, pay you through online banking. So maybe they can send you the transaction slip. And then after you get the slip, it is proof that they pay you macaroni. Then we're going to deliver this macaroni. Use your motorbike. Okay, you drive your motorbike, go to the customer. So that is element of supply chain. There's element of supply chain where first you have a packaging. Remember, your mother want to cook macaroni, you have to cook. So you have to buy macaroni, the pure one. You cook first, then you pack the macaroni. There's a packing the macaroni, you put there. So what is the packing process? That is also supply chain. So after you packing, then you go to your bike, you bring this one, you go to the customer. So this is considered as a supply chain. Okay. Okay, excuse me, sir. I am Anissa Hasana. Okay, Ramdhani. I want to ask you, how can logistic management increase visibility in supply chain? Okay. How? Logistic management. So when we have a proper logistic, okay, when we have a good logistic, we have a good transportation, we have a good call it attitude of our operators. Okay, so we have a good management of our call it warehouse. Okay, so we have a good capacity in managing our warehouse, good capacity in managing our manufacturing, good capacity in managing our staff. Of course, make our supply chain visible. Make our supply chain visible. Why? Because we can increase our sale, we can increase our production, we can increase our profit. So we come to the level we call it visible in supply chain due to the best in our managing of logistics. So logistic mean what? Logistic can be a marketing operation, can be promotion activities, can be warehouse, good warehouse, can be a good storage, can be a good material handling. So when we are very good in that activities, of course, this make our supply chain visible. Is it okay, Anissa? Is it clear? Is it clear for you? Yeah, you answer. Is it okay? How about Bayu Samudra? Any question from you? Bayu Samudra? Samudra ni ibarat lautan yang luas. Ya, Bayu Samudra. Kau berada di samudra. Terpisah oleh samudra. Anatashana Putri. How many Putri there? Parwati, Salisha, Alvia. So far, okay? So thank you very much for Adila for asking a question. Okay, you need me to explain more a bit on the customer service. Okay, so I explain a bit on customer service. Okay, actually, customer service I mean how we are going to satisfy the customer. Okay, so the key of our business is customer satisfaction. So when the customer satisfied, okay, they will make the order. They will repeat the order. When they repeat the order, why? Because of their satisfaction. Because this satisfaction can come from a very good logistic. Okay, we use the right logistic, low risk transportation. We use a quality, I call it a warehouse. Then we can fulfill the customer satisfaction. So when we can fulfill the customer satisfaction, can increase their customer satisfaction. They were loyal to our product. When they're loyal to our product, of course, they come back to our product, to our premise, with high intention. Okay, no switching intention. So there is a good KPI for our supply chain management. Okay, because we can support. The main point here is how to support the customers, how to satisfy the customers. Okay, in terms of transportation, in terms of logistics, it's about transportation. In terms of marketing, now I talk about the element, we call it outbound and inbound. All this about the process in supply chain. Inbound is deal with the internal process. Okay, we have to handle our material from incoming material to the plant, from the plant to plant A, from the plant to the process. The process of the product, we use a good material, a good solution, a good component. Then only we can come up with very good product. Then after the product finish or halfway, we move again to the warehouse, then waiting for the customer order. So if the process and the system is very good, in the quality, timing, control, system, then only we can give very good report to the customer complaint. We can provide a good information for the customer tracking system. So then we come out with a very good supply chain. Because we talk about the integrated logistics, remember there is integration between the department. Okay, integrated logistics is the integration between department. Department A maybe incoming material. Department B maybe the processing department, the plant, manufacturing plant. Then the third department is about packaging. And then the last department is about marketing. Okay, all departments we have integrated. We have a system to integrate within the department. So when we have a very good system, so of course we are practicing very good supply chain management. So this at the end, who will get benefit? Of course, the customer. And the customer will get the benefit from the smooth process of our integrated system. We have a very good integrated system. We have a smooth process, smooth delivery, and then we make the customer more happy and satisfied. Okay, so that's a summary of how the supply chain management relate to the customer satisfaction. Okay, any more? Isabella? Is it okay? Pudian? Is it okay for you today? Natashana? Okay, is it okay? Zafran? Okay, if everybody is okay, jumpa lagi next week. So we fix the class until at 2 o'clock every Thursday. Okay, so same to next week also. So you plan to have a quiz or test, online test? If anybody want to have a test, okay, a quiz, you can share with you. Okay, the question. First you email me first. This is my email. Share my email in the chatting room. If you email me, then I can reply with a sort of test or quiz question regarding to the logistics. Okay. Or you can have we call it the WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay, from my chat room, you can see my message there. You can create a WhatsApp group. Okay. And then you can I can share your notes or question regarding to, or you can ask many questions. Okay, according to the syllabus. Okay, Anissa. So who is the student leader here? Lukman?
Excuse me, sir.
You can get my number. Okay, get my number and Malaysian code. Right. So you can create the group, then I can share you a question by tonight about the logistic. Okay. Okay, with that, thank you very much for today attending my class. Isabella, yeah, Isabella now. Okay, salah sekian. Where's your lecturer?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Sam.
Oh, thank you. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cannot see you lah. Where's
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll
Okay,
begin.
how about next week class? We will start at 1 again.
Same.
Same. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sam.
Okay, welcome.
See you next week.
See you. Now I can see Guntur. Yeah. Now I can see a male student. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. You're welcome, Dr. Sam.
Thank you. Bye. Dah.
Saya dah buat dah. Tapi doktor memang pergi dengan